Attention.
Give half your story to one side and half to another.
Stories that might be not big enough to make it to one news.
Massive human bloody tragedy.
We have the talent, we have the stories, it's a good idea and it will work.
The Pacific Media Centre was actually launched by AUT's School of Communication Studies to provide a resource for journalists working in the region and also to provide research and publication. We provide information about developments in the media freedom issues, ethical issues, but also provides quite a lot of information about issues such as human rights, the environment. So it's almost like a one-stop shop for getting resource information.
I used to work in Tonga as a journalist for Tongan Woman magazine, writing and doing layout, and I'm doing a master's degree in communication studies here at AUT University.
I guess the main core is our postgraduate students coming through the School of Communication Studies.
My role at the Pacific Media Centre is that I'm the contributing editor to a project called Pacific Media Watch. Pacific Media Watch is a monitor of news, of media developments in Pacific Island media that happens around the region. The things that I've learned from working at Pacific Media Centre is just a whole vast array of information about Pacific Islands, not just the media, but just Pacific Island development politics in different countries.
I guess my relationship with the Pacific Media Centre started when I was planning my documentary on New Caledonia. Pacific Media Centre gave me an initial grant, which was a journalist in residence grant, and that gave me the background that I needed to go ahead with the documentary.
Yes, well, Jim's on really exciting projects, and the project's grown actually since we first got involved. He approached us for a grant at the time that we were awarding grants for new projects.
In my case, it gave me a help. It gave me a helping hand to get into and research a topic that I was interested in.
I've been working as a journalist in Thailand for quite a while already, so I say that I want to study. I want to study at the same time, get some more experience.
The idea was to identify young journalists who may not have had sort of educational opportunities but have got a strong future ahead of them in journalism.
When I was in Thailand, I have no knowledge about the Pacific, like what's happening in a Pacific country or what's their media, how the media is there working. But when I arrive here, and then I come to, learn about it and aware of how people there are, like journalists and media working in those countries. I think the way I report and the way I produce the story will be better than before. I feel like that.
I think a lot of people are very frustrated with mainstream media because it doesn't really cover Pacific issues enough. And if it wasn't for our Pacific media in New Zealand, a lot of stories wouldn't get covered at all.
Now, what kind of similar organisations is there in terms of media training and media knowledge outside of the media organisations in New Zealand? Well, the simple answer is none. So when PMC comes along and says, hey, we have this vision for what they want to do, I look at it as another beacon for Pacific communication and media needs. I subscribe to the idea of the Pacific Media Centre, and I actually think it's for more than just Pacific people in New Zealand. And at the same time, being a Cook Islander myself, I see that there are added benefits in terms of finding media research about Pacific Island issues.
I think the Pacific Media Centre offers a lot of chances for you to increase your skills, to just finesse your skills, whatever you've had as a journalist or as an academic. You can come, you have a lot more information, a lot of people to look to as examples.
I think anyone with an interest in media issues and in telling Pacific stories can firstly find that the Pacific Media Centre's database and information service is a tremendous help. So research-wise, it's fantastic.
It's amazing, and I feel glad, and it's a fascinating opportunity for me to be able to study here, also work at PMC. because I feel like PMC is a very good place to learn about diversity, and they really encourage the diversity in the center.
To me, it's like it's a catalyst for a much stronger sort of role and interest in Pacific issues in the region.